Hey guys, back again. This video, it's not like a DVD update or anything, as you can tell from the title. This time I'm doing basically a review video. Uh, I just felt I had a lot to say about it, and so I'm going to be kind of reviewing the first half of Supernatural Season 6, and I'm also, the video after this one will probably be a review of Dexter Season 5, because I had a lot to say about that one too. So we're going to jump into this season 6 review, but I'm going to first talk about the season 5 ending. Like Supernatural, it was always said it had like a 5-year plan. Eric Kripke, the creator, said he had a 5-year plan, but then it got picked up for a 6th season because ratings were so good, and lots of people were like, well, what's going on? Well, then Eric Kripke decided he was gonna like not be showrunner anymore after the 5th season, so he got to do his story. But the only difference is that oh, and spoilers, obviously, but the only difference between like what he had wanted for his finale was everything that we saw, except Sam wouldn't have been standing outside in the final shot. I think that's everything that he had wanted to do. But I didn't like that ending. I mean, I love season 5. Right now, it's my favorite season. But that whole thing with Dean just the end, like Dean just gives up hunting to go try to be a husband type person and a father. I didn't buy it. Like I know, like, you want to give Dean kind of a bit of happiness for once, but it just seems so out of character in Dean, like, to me. Like, how can you stop hunting when you know that there's all kinds of evil out there? There's not a lot of hunters out there. Like, how do you just stop and go play house? It really bothered me, and it always bothered me, and that's why I'm glad we got a season 6, so that he could get out of that, and hopefully someone could write a like a proper ending. Like, I could see Dean doing it had all evil in the world been vanquished and destroyed, but when there's still whole shitloads of stuff out there, you can't see him stopping. I couldn't, anyway. I mean, that's just my little dislike for the ending of season 5. But the rest of it I loved. It was epic. So anyway, season 6 picks up like a year after season 5 ended. Yeah, after the end of season 5, and it's kind of like a new direction for the show, I guess, because Sarah Gamble took over as showrunner, and like she said, we're basically going to be getting back into like almost kind of like season 1 formula, the formula where it's like monster of the week, and you've also got like with like the story arc in the background, kind of. But the main problem for me, though, with this one is, with this season, it's not even really a problem, it's just a little gripe, I suppose, is they don't really know what they want to do for a main arc. Because, in the previous seasons, we've always known what the main arc is. Season 1, search for Dad, get the Colt. Season 2, it's like about the special children. Season 3, got a year to figure out how to get Dean out of hell. Out of going to hell. Season 4, angels are introduced, seals, all that shit. Season 5, motherfucking apocalypse. But with season 6, we don't really have a handle on where it's going yet. There's been a few like spots where there's been a few spots where it's like, oh, that'd be really good, but they don't really play on it a whole lot. Like mainly, well, the first kind of thing we got was I suppose like the monsters acting weird, like just regular old monsters just kind of acting at like not really in the natural order of things, and that hasn't been played up a whole lot. And then the second thing is the weapons from heaven. which I thought was a really great story and a great way to get Cass back into everything, but they haven't really done a whole lot with that either. And then you've got now we've got Purgatory, which is a storyline, which I'm interested to see where that goes, because I think that's going to take us in a exciting new place, whole show. And yeah, Purgatory. But and we also had a new big bad too, for a little while, or we thought was the big bad, in Crowley, who was just Mark Sheppard's great. He's always great, but I was always hoping, I don't know, I was hoping he'd stick around, but then Castiel killed him. It was a very badass kill, but I was hoping he would stick around for, the season. So apparently, we've still got the big bad out there. Who is it? Will Meg become the new big bad? Will Balthazar, the angel, become the big bad? I mean, it's really all up in the air at this point. It's so, like, season 6 just really seems kind of scattered right now. Like, they just need to find out where they're going to go and just pick a point and go towards that point. There's also been lots of, I guess, fan complaints about Sam and Dean. Like, the whole Sam not having a soul thing, and how him and Dean don't bond anymore. I mean, it's really nice to change things up every once in a while. You can't have, like, 6 straight seasons of them bonding every fucking episode. You need to have, they need to be able to, go off a little bit and do something different for us, and not, you don't want it to get old, and this definitely wasn't getting old. And they've definitely set up Sam very well this season in terms of story. I guess lots of people have trouble, like, wondering how could he be without a soul. Like, how can is he still Sam? Basically, I like to think of Angel. Soulless Sam is like Angelus, basically, only he's not as much of an evil bastard, because he's not a demon. He's still a person, but without a soul, so he doesn't really feel a whole lot. So that's I think Sam is set up very well, and especially in the mid-season finale with Death putting his soul back and putting up the barrier in his mind where Michael and Lucifer were basically gang raping the soul down in the cage, and he said, "Don't scratch it, or everything's just gonna come flowing out, and goddamn well he's gonna scratch it, because that's Sam, and it'd be a great story." But another little complaint I have is Dean doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of story this season. It's basically just, like, he had, like, the Ben and Lisa thing, but that went away rather quickly. It's basically Dean's just taking care of Sam, basically, again. And he doesn't really have a whole lot of, like, beef to his story arc. Which, is fine, I guess. Maybe they'll get into something in the second half of the season. We can only hope. And then we've got Castiel. He hasn't been in it as much lately, basically because I think Misha Collins had a kid. So, but I think he's going to be getting into it more, which is great, because Castiel is my favorite character on the show now. So it'll be great to see him back, and hopefully we can get more of that Heaven storyline with the chaos in Heaven and the weapons and everything, because I think that's a really cool storyline. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of places season 6 could go, and it's definitely gonna be taken in, like, it's definitely kind of a new direction, I guess. But I've got my own little theories, I guess. You've got the whole Purgatory thing. I think John and Mary are in Purgatory. Basically, just because, I mean, we saw Mary was a ghost in season 1, and then she kind of moved on, I guess. And then at the end of season 2, John crawled out of hell, but he didn't really go back into hell. He just kind of faded away. then there was that line in season 5 where Ash in heaven said he couldn't find John or Mary. So I'm thinking they're in purgatory. So it'd be really cool to see them again. And like if we do find purgatory, I mean I don't know how long this story's gonna last, but oh, and then we've got the whole thing with Grandpa. Like that's some really good stuff too. Mitch Pileggi, he's very great, and I was always wondering, I'm like, they're gonna have to have a pretty fucking good explanation as to when he's coming back or how he's coming back. And I thought it was pretty good. You know, Crowley snatched him up and stuff, but Grandpa just acts like such a bastard. Like, basically giving up Sam and Dean just so he could have his daughter back. I mean, he's got to know that she'd be pissed that he fucked over her kids. Plus, it really, I'm bothered by the fact where he wouldn't want his wife back over his daughter. I mean, I don't know why, but I guess maybe we'll find out. I mean, there's still so many questions that need to be answered, and I can't wait to see, I mean, how everything goes down. But the main thing for me is, like, how long is this purgatory arc gonna last, and with the alphas and everything? Like, because if they want to go past season 6, are they going to extend this kind of into season 6 or what? Because I mean, I just don't want the show to get old fast. I don't think it will. I mean, this is one of the best shows on TV right now, so I can't really see it getting old. But I don't see where they're going right now. But they're probably gonna go somewhere fantastic at some point later on. Because, you know, as I said, we've only had 11 episodes this year, so it's hard to judge from there where they're going to go, but I think it's going to be, I think we're going to be in for quite a surprise. Because we've already had a couple of big payoff episodes, like the one where we find out that Crowley was basically behind everything, and then like Caged Heat felt like another big payoff episode. So it's those payoff episodes that really make you love watching the show. And oh, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, in terms of like the episodes this year, you know, they haven't run out of juice. I mean, for me, the season took a couple of episodes to get going. Like the first 2 episodes felt a little weird, but then like starting with episode 3 and onward, it felt like Supernatural again, just because Sam and Dean were back together, and you know, Castiel and all that. But this season has basically given me like a new favorite episode, like because I did that top 10 a few months ago, and Weekend at Bobby's, the 4th episode, I'd have to go back. If I were to redo that top 10, I'd have to go back and put that on there somewhere, because I just love that episode. Just a whole episode dedicated to Bobby, which is what I've been waiting for years, because he deserves it. But man, it was just so great. Oh, I just love talking about the show, but I could go on forever. But that's just kind of like my theories about what's happening and what's going on and where it might go, and hopefully the second half of the season won't disappoint, and I'll do a review of that when season 6 finishes, to see how it measured up and to this first half. So yeah, another Supernatural video from me. If anyone wants to do a video response, as always, you're welcome to it. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.